My name is Lisbeth Melendez Palma. This is my video um, talking about the speech that I decided to talk about. I decided to listen to the speech from Martin Luther King, and the title of his speech is I Have a Dream. What was the main point of his speech? The main point of his speech was talk about freedom and stop racism. Now, this time today, recently, we just noticed that we still confront that type of behavior out there in the world. I was able to engage really well with this topic. The speaker was awesome, which was Martin Luther King. He was able to engage with the people on his surrounding and consider myself a listener. I was able to engage and pay attention and focus into what he was asking and he was saying. The title of his speech was I Have a Dream. He actually mentioned in there that he has a dream that someday this actually gonna stop, that we're all gonna be the same, equal to everyone, that white kids with black kids are gonna be able to hold hands and play in the park, that we're gonna be freedom and they're just not gonna suffer discrimination like you can still see out there in the world. Um, the nonverbal cues that I was able to pick up, it was his body movement, his posture, the way he actually stand. When I was listening, I was trying to visualize the way he was talking. I found a little bit challenging to visualize at first because the way he talked, I don't want to say his accent because it's not an accent, but the way the wording that he used, I was having a hard time trying to understand what he was trying to say. But then after I pay attention and really focus, and I actually had to Google a video, I was able to the way I was visualizing his speech. It actually was the same way I was seeing it on my head. So the posture, the way he actually expressed himself by using his hands. I wasn't there, but I'm pretty sure he was making eye contact with some of the people. I found myself a little bit distracted by the shouting from the crowd. And by listening to the shouting from the crowd that it was listening to him, you can tell that they were all fully engaged on what he was saying. And they were really feeling, how do you say, really connected to his main point. And they were feeling his words, they were feeling what he was trying to communicate with everyone. His posture was strong. You can tell he was reading, but it was strong. The gestures on his face, he really mean what he was saying. And it was really, really amazing to actually see and hear that it was a large crowd. And even though this happened years ago, his words were still able to engage to someone behind a computer, which is myself, and I was listening to it, and then I was to visualize in my head, but I was still being able to connect to the words that he was saying. The activities that got me distracted, like I said, it was the shouting from the crowd. I also found myself during the whole process of listening that the phone gets me distracted sometimes. But when you actually really engage into the context of the people, the speech or the speaker, you really get back on track to what they're saying. And you don't, even though you get distracted for a little bit, you get back to it right away and get connected again. Are there any tasks that I feel that I can do without affecting my listening? Well, on my assignment, part 2, that essay, I was able to describe my job duties for the career that I do, which is a surgical tech. And yes, I feel really proud to say that I'm able to do some activities and listen and develop my job task and listening at the same time without getting distracted. I'm a surgical tech, so I can actually work with my hands, listen to my surroundings, my nurse, my surgeon, what my anesthesiologist needs, and I can actually be working at the same time while I'm listening and focus and have a rapid response to them and a rapid critical behavior that we're having during the procedure. I hope that after you read my essay, you understand a little bit more of what I'm trying to describe as my job description. And I'm really enjoying this class. Thank you.